Hello, welcome to the channel. The Other Side of Kwanzaa. In today's video, we will address a topic of great relevance and social impact: hunger and poverty in Angola. Discussing hunger and poverty is essential to understand the challenges that affect both the economy and the quality of life of Angolan citizens. Over the next few minutes, we will explore the historical context, the most emblematic cases, the impacts on society, and the initiatives to combat this problem. The African continent is a major producer and exporter of products from agricultural production, however, it cannot feed its population. Africa has a very high number of malnourished people. This gives it the condition of the worst in the world in this aspect. The continent is characterized by the presence of hunger, a reality that increases every day. The countries that suffer most from hunger are Ethiopia, Somalia, Sudan, Mozambique, Malawi, Liberia, and Angola. Hunger and poverty in Angola are critical issues that affect a significant part of the population. The economic reality of the country, marked by decades of armed conflicts and challenges in the management of natural resources, contributed to the persistence of poverty. Although Angola is rich in oil and other mineral resources, wealth has not been distributed equally. Hunger-food insecurity is a relevant problem, with many communities facing difficulties in accessing enough and nutritious food. Agriculture, which could be a solution, faces several challenges, including inadequate infrastructure, lack of funding, and climate change. Poverty: a large part of the population lives below the poverty line. Poverty is exacerbated by the lack of access to basic services such as health, education, and infrastructure, especially in rural areas. Programs and initiatives: government and various non-governmental organizations have implemented programs to combat hunger and poverty, focusing on promoting sustainable agricultural practices, improving access to education, and creating job opportunities. Still, persistent challenges. Despite these efforts, many challenges remain, including corruption, weak governance, and excessive dependence on the oil sector, which makes the economy vulnerable to fluctuations in international prices. Hunger and poverty are, in fact, serious problems that affect many people in Angola. Here are some key points about this situation. Causes: decades of civil war, 1975-2002, have hampered the country's infrastructure and economy. Excessive dependence on oil, making the economy vulnerable to price fluctuations. Inequality in the distribution of wealth. Governmental corruption. Climate change affecting the agriculture statistics. About 32% of the population lives below the poverty line. Malnutrition affects approximately 38% of children under 5. The country has one of the highest infant mortality rates in the world. Most affected areas. Rural areas, especially in the south of the country, communities of fishermen along the coast. Poor neighborhoods in large cities such as Luanda, Benguela, Lubango, and Wambo are just a few examples of the country's cities that suffer from immense numbers of poverty and hunger in the country. Efforts to combat the problem. Government assistance programs and international organizations. Investments in agriculture and economic diversification. Infrastructure improvements, especially in rural areas. Challenges. Effective implementation of policies to combat poverty. Reduction of corruption and improvement of governance. Adaptation to climate change. More equitable distribution of the country's resources. Therefore, hunger and poverty in Angola are complex issues that need an integrated approach and sustainable to achieve significant changes. It is important to note that, despite the challenges, Angola has made progress in recent years. However, there is still a lot of work to be done to significantly reduce hunger and poverty in the country. It is critical that we continue to discuss and investigate these issues to foster transparency and accountability in institutions. If you are interested in this topic, leave your comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel to follow more content that stimulates reflection and debate on topics crucial for our society. Thank you for your attention, and until the next video.